Hi, my name is Burial, and this is my first ever YouTube video. In this video, we're going to be covering all the things I've crocheted as like I've crocheted for like 4 months, so all the things I've crocheted, and then my dream like closet teaser. That's like okay, we'll get to it later, but like it's something that it's like my 2025 goals for this year, and goals and inspo. We're gonna be doing all that. Like I said, I've been crocheting for like 3 to 4 months. So it's been a rough one and it's been a rough journey. I started crocheting around like August to September. So September. Yeah, no, not August. September, October actually. So September, October, November, December, January, February. 5 months. 5 months. So I've been crocheting for 5 months, and at first, the first ever thing I actually learned how to crochet. The reason why I wanted to crochet was create like headbands for my basketball, for basketball, because I was joining a club for the first time in my whole life. So it was quite exciting, but it was very stressful. And I had a friend. I have a friend, and she taught me how to crochet, and that's the first everything we crochet together. So this is it's like a headband. It's very big. It's a headband, and it's made out of like very fuzzy yarn. She got the yarn from Walmart, but I don't really know the yarn. So it's made out of single crochets. You can tell. Okay, you can tell who crocheted what. So this part is like hard, it's neat and all that kind of stuff, and then you can literally see the size difference. Cause she kept telling me to reduce my tension, because my tension at first was very tight, but then again I tried making it free, and that increased the sizing. But it's okay. I've only worn this once to a basketball game, but then again, I usually use this in the mornings to like keep my hair up when I'm like doing skincare time and not doing my skincare. So that's the first everything I crocheted, and I'm quite proud. It's made out of, did I say it was made out of single crochets? I think I did. I was very proud when I made this, because it was quite nice that she helped me make some part of it, and then I made the other part, and she was quite supportive about that, so thank you. So that's it. And then the second thing I ever crocheted is literally in my backpack, but a picture would be like somewhere. I'll insert a picture somewhere. It's made out of like this color scheme. And like, yeah, it's also made out of single crochets, because I didn't really know there were other stitches to crochet. I just thought it was like single crochets and all that kind of stuff. So it's made out of the same color scheme, but like I used 2 yarns at the same time. And then again, like I said, my tension was very tight as of that time, so it's not stretchy at all. So when you look at the joining of the whole like rope, I guess the joining of it, it's very like, it's not stable enough. I've sewn that thing like twice, and still like cotton. Also, I don't know what kind of yarn this is, but the yarn I used for that one is made out of acrylic yarn by Canadiana. I don't think I'm pronouncing it that right, but whatever. And then so after that, I was very excited, and I started switching colors. Wanted to like switching of switch colors like this. Learn how to switch colors, and I feel like this is something that every beginner or every crocheter has when they were crocheting, literally dealt with, because you think that you cut the yarn right, and then you like tie it, and then you continue crocheting, but that's not how you do it at all. And I later on found out, like 2 projects later or something like that. So when you look into it, you see like a bunch. I tried my best to tuck it in and make it clean and nice for the video, but it was so ragged, and it has a bunch of like knots and bumps to it. But then again, it was quite nice. It was something. I still wear this. This is one of my most worn headbands during a basketball game. And but this is like, it's expanding and my head is not that big. Okay, it's big, but it's not that big, and so it falls off. You know, that kind of stuff. Wait, I think, give me a second. Oh, my earring fell. It falls off like anytime, like when I'm like running and all that kind of stuff. It's my third piece. Second, well, this is not my fourth piece, but it goes, I mean, okay, so after that, I wanted to learn how to make flowers, right? So I made flowers, a bunch of them. Like, not a bunch, but like 3 to 4 flowers. And then I just made them just because I want to learn them. But that was later on, like after I've made like so many other projects, not that much, other projects, I put one of the flowers I ever made, one of the flowers that I made, yeah, I just put this on like a headband, and it was quite fun. It was quite creative, and I really like wearing this to basketball games because it adds some oomph to my clothes, because my jersey is usually white, and it's just, it's not really the best. It's white and black, but then we are always home, so we always like usually wear white, and then almost every time we're wearing like a black shirt under and just black shorts, and it's just so bland, and this is just adding some oomph to it, and it makes me feel cool. It adds to the basketball like swagger, you know. So this is like one of my favorite headbands. But this was, I like, when I can say I'm experienced, but not very experienced, but like I already know what I'm doing. So this is made out of slip stitches in the back loop. It looks like a slip stitch half double crochet stitch, but it's not. It's quite stretchy now. It's very stretchy, and I really like it. It falls off also. This took me like a day, not even a day to be honest, like an hour 30. So that's why I'm saying that it's like very, that was when I was getting experience. And then the actual fourth piece, I think, is this shirt. It's a baby doll top, and the tutorial is from Granny Gaia. I got her name right, Granny Gaia, and I'll link that below. The only thing I added was the ruffles, and it was quite nice. The tutorial was quite easy to follow, but the thing is that I had to redo it. At first I did it, and then it was so short, like it was like from here, this is where the bust is meant to be, from here to here, right? It was like so short, and then I had to redo that. But you're meant to use the right side, the right hook with the yarn, the recommended hook for the yarn, and the recommended hook for the yarn was 5mm hook. So the first time I did it was 4.5, but the second time I did it, I just wanted to do it fast, right? So I used the 5mm hook, and this is like this is the piece with the 5mm hook. I'm done. Hook. And so it was fast, yes, but now it's very holy, and I always have to wear like a black camisole under it, so that I don't flash anyone. And so following the pattern was quite easy. She was good at using it. She was good at how do I say this? Good at explaining what to do. This is made out of single crochet, slip stitch, and half double crochets, and then the ruffle part is like a V-stitch, and I really like that kind of. I really like the ruffles and how meshy it is and like airy, I'd say. And then I learned in this process, since the ruffle part wasn't part of the tutorial, I had to learn how to layer ruffles. So a good tip for layering ruffles is you have to make like a small, you have to, the first base of your ruffle has to be at the front loop. Yeah, front loop. Yeah, it's front loop. And then you do like a double, depending on how long your ruffles are, you do like a certain amount of double crocheted rows that is just like one row off, one row shorter than your normal ruffle size, and then you start doing your next set of ruffles. Yeah, I don't think I explained that right, but I did that. And the thing is, the reason why the ruffles is part of the top is because of the first time I ever made that top with the 4.5mm hook, and it was like so small, was because I was like, oh, a way to save it if it's very short is just to put like ruffles to cover the like chest area, so I'm not, because that was not very comfortable for me. And so doing that, I was like, you know what, when I like unfrogged the first ever one I did, I was like, you know what, I'll just do this with the other one. Like, I'll just like add that to it, add that to the right measurement of the top, and it's quite pretty. It's quite pretty. A video will be here, like somewhere, either here or here, I'm not sure, of me wearing it. It's cool. It's very pretty, and it also has like a bow at the back to tie so that the sleeves don't fall off. But then again, mine, one thing about my style is that I want a top to be able, so I want a top that makes me comfortable, in the sense that I can wear a bra under and my strap won't be showing, because I don't like that. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. So when I first made the sleeves, it was my bra strap was, the sleeve was like right over here. I kid you not, it was right over here, and that's not comfortable at all. So I had to make like an extra row of single crochets, and just did that, and to make it more comfortable for me. And that's just me, and that's just my personal preference. I feel like one thing about following tutorials that fits your style but doesn't fit, but the structure doesn't fit your style, is that you learn how to, not even crocheting in general, but like learn how to make clothes by yourself in general. It's just that you just make the top your own, and that's pretty cool. And then I also made the sleeves to be puffy, but they don't look puffy. Puffy, same thing. So, but the one thing about this is like the mesh, the V-stitch is also the sleeve too, and under here there's a bit of like you have this fat hole, like this distressed look under your arm, and it's very embarrassing in a way. But then again, I don't mind. I want this, like my most worn piece ever, because I want this like 3 times or 4, depending. The first time I made it, I wore it to church, and I really liked it. It was quite cold then. It wasn't quite cold. It was cold, but then it was also warm in the church, so I just wore it because I just want to be like, yeah, I made this. It was quite nice. A bunch of people, when I wore this to school, my teachers were like, did you make that? Because I also was crocheting this in the class. Recommended me monetizing crocheting and like trying to like make a career out of this, and I was like, no, because I like crocheting and I don't mind crocheting for gifts, but I don't want to put money on it. It's just not really, I don't know, it's not really my thing, and I don't see myself making a living out of crocheting. I don't know, I just think that's going to overwhelm me to an extent that I won't be crocheting anymore. So we're gonna leave it at that. And so the shirt is really nice. I really like it, but I just wish I used the 5mm hook instead of the what's it called, 5.5. But yeah, it's good. Also, I changed like hook size when I was like doing this. I changed like hook size almost every other row, because I had 4.5 on my look in front of me. I have 5mm hook in front of me, and I have 5.5. So at some point in this whole thing, I used all of those three. I don't know, but it doesn't make a difference, so I was fine. And then again, I was like aware that tying your knots and all that tying your knot your tying your knots trying when you're adding a new ball of yarn isn't good, but I didn't listen to myself. So we have a bunch of this loose ends. Also, I also wish I picked this part of the crochet piece, because this looks more of my style, and also gives more coverage than this part. So it is what it is. Maybe I'll make a new top like that. Anyways, then we have one of my best achievements ever. It is this. This is like a raglan. This was meant to be like a raglan cardigan. A raglan cardigan? It wasn't a cardigan, like a raglan top. Like a raglan opened. I don't know how to explain it. Like a top. Anyways, a raglan cardigan, short sleeve type of thing. So it was open. So you know the granny top, the granny top that has like 3 bows here, here, and here, right? Has bows. That is very ugly in my opinion, and I made that, and just so it's I looked at the shirt and I was like, I don't like this. I don't know why I don't like this, but I don't like this. So I was like, months later, I was like, let's tackle this, right? Because I'm also start this video, and I really wanted it to be like one of my favorite tops. So I first slip stitched the opening, right? I took out all the bows, slip stitched the opening, right? And then put the bow right above here. It's it's like a v-neck, but not revealing v-neck. You know what I'm saying? And then the sleeves were so ugly to me, because it was just short and it was like this. Ugh. So I added like ruffles, but the ruffles, I wish I added like tighter ruffles, but then again, I don't know how that would have happened. But then again, it has like ruffles, and like it's like this ruffly effect on the sleeves, and I really like it. And it's quite short. It's not cropped. Yeah, it is kind of cropped, but I also wear like a camisole under, like almost every single time I wear clothes. I always wear a camisole under, and so this is the top. I also love this yarn. This yarn is by Loops and Threads. That's like my best brand ever. This is an acrylic blend, and I really love the collection of this the collections of the colors of this clothing, because it's quite nice. So 9 out of 10. The top was like 7-ish out of 10. And then we have the most tedious task ever. This took me like, a tote bag. This took me like 3 months to make, and I was already done with the granny squares. I was done sewing in my individual ends for my granny squares, and then putting them together. I did that, right? Done. Didn't sew the ends until like a month later, and then I finished this ending of last month. It was time consuming. I had to sit down and crochet. No, so I liked sewing. I sew, but not like machine. I embroider, but not a bunch. Just like once or twice I've done that. But then it's not really my best craft, and I didn't really like it. It's very tedious in my opinion, and so it was so hard and so stressful. I think I did a good job at this. It's quite nice. It's quite cute. The inside is another thing to talk about. I, lined it and all that kind of stuff. And so, like, the inside is quite something. Because this is the inside. It's not bad, but up close, like, the whole thing isn't really it, and it's just really not the best sewing. And I know I could have done better, but who cares at this point? It's done. I've also used this to carry some of my yarn, and it's actually it's stable. It's stable, and it's really good. I like the fact that I lined it. I also like the colorway. If you know me, I tend to usually wear black and white a lot. So when I find colors that I really am, bright colors I'm very comfortable in, this is not bright, but colors I'm comfortable in that aren't like in that spectrum, it's quite nice to find, and I'm very happy. And so that's why I even have this as a color that I picked. This too. No, never in my whole time, in my whole life would I have thought that too. And so I used purple and green because it was strange, but then it was also quite cool. I gave grape. Bag took like 2 skeins and like a quarter of a skein of the white skein of the off-white skein and all that kind of stuff, because but like no because what but it was quite nice. It was I had to structure make the squares in a structure that it fit all the yarn that I had, and it probably remained like little for me. So some squares in this panel we have, it's mostly green dominated, and then we have like purple normal granny squares, and then same for this one too. It's purple dominated, and then it's also like green normal granny squares too. So it's quite nice. I really like it. It was very tedious. It was so stressful, and I'm so glad I'm done with this bag. Like anytime I look at this bag, I'm so happy. Like so happy. So happy. It's cute. Yeah, it's cute. I'm proud of myself. Yeah, my tote bag. And then I was trying to get rid of all my yarn, because that was one of my priorities. Goals I had to make, I had to achieve in order to start this YouTube channel actually. So I made this heart yarn, the heart plushie, and all that kind of stuff. I also made a cat beanie. It's not with me right now. It is with me. It's like downstairs in my backpack. But you'll see a picture here anytime soon. It's gonna pop up. It's quite nice. I really like that cat beanie. I don't wear it a bunch. I've worn it like once or twice. But then again, it's made of 100% acrylic yarn, and then another yarn that's probably 100% acrylic too. But it's fluffy. Is that possible? I think it is. I'm not sure. The person who helped me make this, she gave me that yarn because she hated the way it's fuzzed off so much. It's Dollarama yarn, by the way. So I was like, give me. It's pretty. I don't care. I'm gonna do it. Use it. So I made puffy stars out of it, and it was like a cat beanie, like with puffy dangling stars, and it's quite cute. She's worn it, and I've worn it, but it's quite cool. And so it's quite nice. It was stressful because I had to redo it again, redo the whole like rectangle again, because I was increasing the starting chains. When you have to crochet like 2 or 3 and then double crochet, I was increasing from that. I assumed that was a stitch, so it was looking like this instead of like this again. So I had to redo it, and it was fine. The stars were very fun, and I got my inspiration from Cameron Kane, because I was watching one of her videos, like Spinner Wheel picks her projects type of thing, and I saw that. I was like, yep, that's what I'm gonna make. That's what I'm gonna make. So I made that. It's in blue and off-white beige. No, off-white beige probably. It's in blue and beige. It's quite nice. It's really nice. And then I also made recently. I just made a project, not recently, last month. I made a birthday present for one of my friends, and I made a granny square moon and a granny square star and a granny square star, and and I made a pouch out of it, because she's more of like a celestial person. I feel like she's like a mystical person, that type of thing, and I just feel moons and stars felt her vibe, and the colorway goes really good like it's the same colorway as the like beanie, but who cares? um it's the same colorway and it's really really nice, and it's quite nice. She wears it almost every single day, and that makes my heart that makes my heart full of joy, because it's just another thing to see someone wear your project, and it's like a nice birthday gift, and it's just really cool. And then I also made fingerless gloves for my friend, because her normal like original fingerless gloves got ripped, and so I used the same yarn for that. I don't have a picture of it, but that's fine. I also made a scarf for my mom. The scarf is made of off-white and the same blue. It's like the same colorway. And I used some of my flowers that I've made before and just stuck it on there. It's messy. My sewing was messy, and I need to finish, you know, I need to sew in my ends real good. But like, it's my mom really appreciates it. It's made of half double crochets, and I thought it was too holy to be a scarf. By holy I mean holy, like, okay, whatever. Too holy to be a scarf, and she used it, and when she used it, she said it kept her warm for like the whole time, and I was like, thank you. That's really good. It's made of half double crochets and slip stitches. So when I join a new color, right, I slip stitch, make one row of slip stitch, then have double crochet, and yeah. So yeah, that's all I have for all of the things I've crocheted in the span of 5 months. 5 months? Yes. We're off to the section of a new series that I'm trying to start on my YouTube channel. It's called the Dream Closet series, and this was inspired by Mahum. She like creates a bunch of tutorials on her channel, and she's starting like this mini series of like trying to make a dream wardrobe, winter wardrobe, I think it's winter wardrobe. And I was like, you know what, that's a new segment to my channel, added already. So I have been collecting a bunch of inspiration from Pinterest. So it's including tops, summer wears, fallish, spring type of thing, and then we have fallish things, winter stuff, and things I just want to crochet in general for this month. And this was one of the I guess not this was one of the priorities I wanted to like get done, like plan, in order to create this video and create like a channel or start a channel. And other priorities were to finish the New Testament in the Bible, and I finished it. It was quite nice. It's very different. Right now I'm in like Exodus, because I just finished today. I finished Genesis. The New Testament is very much different than the Old Testament, which makes sense. Like the Old Testament is mainly recap of the past, and although New Testament is the past, but it's mainly filled with a bunch of doctrines and epistles, and I just feel like it was very hard for me to transition from New Testament to Old Testament, because that's all I've been reading. And yeah, so my favorite book so far, my favorite books in the New Testament so far has been Romans hit me hard. That book was so good. Romans, and then Hebrews answered a bunch of questions for me. Like that chapter answered a bunch of questions, like what it means for why Jesus actually had to die. Weren't there other ways for him to die? It answered it answered that question, and I feel like that's been a question that's been in my heart, and I'm grateful that has been answered. And then we also have like Corinthians. We have First Corinthians. I love First Corinthians because it also answered a bunch of questions, not a bunch, but one question on it explained the resurrection of Jesus Christ towards the ending, and I really love the book too. I also like Timothy and James. James was really good. James, I think it was James and Timothy. I think First Timothy. I'm not sure, but then James was really good. It spoke like it was like it was that is full of conviction. I just say it. It's full of conviction. I feel like um one motivation for me to finish the New Testament was because those chapters, those letters were quite short, and I was like, you know what, this is possible. This is good, and I feel like that was a starting point for me to break those books into little chunks for each day. So at first I started with 2 chapters each day, and now I'm in 4 chapters each day. Like I've grown and I've seen myself. I've been called to start reading 4 chapters a day because I feel like I can do it, and I'm ready, and it's been such a wonderful journey. And reading Genesis at first was very hard, like from the beginning of the creation to Noah to Abraham, and then from Abraham I was like, you know what, it's getting a little, from Abraham to like Isaac, so it's getting okay, I'm getting relaxed. Isaac to Jacob, I was getting relaxed and all that kind of stuff, and then it's hit with Joseph. Oh, Joseph was like, he's a really good role model in Genesis. Also Abraham and like Isaac and Jacob, Esau too, like literally Esau too. Esau, him forgiving his brother, and just all that was beautiful. Joseph, I feel like that was when I was getting comfortable with the Old Testament, and I felt like God was saying that even though this isn't directly meant to be like an epistle or a doctrine, you can learn from the stories through the fruits of the Holy Spirit. Like you can pick, so I've been picking like a fruit of the Holy Spirit a week, and in that week I'm going to be keeping my eye out in the stories I'm reading, in the 4 chapters I'm reading, and taking notes and learning how, and trying to put insert me as a character, insert that into my life, and trying to act that into my life, and it's been really good, and I'm so proud of myself. I thank God so much. It's really nice. So yeah, so those are all the priorities I had to do, and all the things I set for myself. Oh wait, also I had to finish a 2-week resolution thing as a class project, and I did that. I had to get my muscular strength up and my flexibility up too, and so that was all the priorities that I had. So in order to make this channel and make this video, and I'm so happy, and I'm grateful. So let's start into it. Let's get into my dream closet teaser. So I made a board. No, I made a board on Pinterest, but then again I made a standard digital board, like a standard digital board. It's gonna be up here. I don't know. Okay, but I'm just gonna show you. It's like anyways. So in this, it's gonna be here or here, depends. But so my whole style, as you're seeing, is like, it's summery, but then it's also mesh. I have the style of I have a thing for mesh, and I have a things for like very bland colors like off-white, and maybe the stereotypical what's it called, pastel pink, but not much color. So when you look into the sweaters and like long sleeves and all that kind of stuff, you see, oh, you have green, or you have a very fun fall themed sweater, and you also have, that's just me trying to incorporate some color into my life. So we're gonna start off with the vest. Those kind of vests that go like this, that have a very wide circular, like the first ever picture, like literally right there. I really like that kind of thing. But then again, I'm also going to wear a short sleeve top under that, preferably black or ash. Sorry, ash, not ash, gray. People call it gray here. I think so. Yeah. So gray or white, depends. So I'm gonna probably wear make a bunch of vests like that. I also want to have like a fitted cardigan. I know cardigans aren't vests, but like, oops, it's 5 o'clock now. Fitted cardigans, but I'm still gonna make it either ways. And then we have this very cute pink what's it called, pink short sleeve jacket. I just love the whole flower and aspect of it and all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, I'm probably gonna wear that. I don't know how I'm gonna style a bunch of this, because this is my summer inspo so far. Probably gonna be wearing a bunch of shorts, but I don't have that much shorts. I have 2 working shorts. Like working, like they're good. They make sense. No, 3. Sorry, 4. Okay, 4 working shorts. So I feel like I can wrap around a bunch of this with it, but then I also have to be intentional with the colors I pick so that they can go with it, or just in general, you know. And I really love this mesh treble crochet. I believe it's treble crochet. I like the flower on the chest, on this part of the chest. It's so beautiful. I may be freehanding it. But then we go to the tops from the vest. I'm really excited for the vest. I feel like that's one of my most exciting pieces I'm really ready for, is the vest. But we're gonna move to the tops. I don't have much in the tops, and I know there's a dress in the top section, but who cares? The one thing I'm really excited about is the dragonfly top and the tulip top. The dragonfly top, the tulip top, and the sequin top, and they're really beautiful. The tulip top ideas makes so much sense to me, and it's quite cool. But then again, that pattern isn't free, so I'm probably gonna be. I think it's easy to work up. I just feel like, the sequin top. Okay, there's this YouTuber. She's also a TikToker too. She has, I don't know her name. I'll probably link it. She has a style, a beautiful style, and I really love that. And this exact top, she thrifts a lot, like me. She thrifts a lot, and I really like that. But then again, that top caught my eye. I was thinking of, I don't know, I just have this in my head. Yellow, make it yellow. I'm like, I don't think I'll wear it. But I think it'll be fine. And then the other top. Okay. The other top, I don't think I'll make it, but I just like the lace part of it. Like the lace part is called a pineapple stitch, and it's quite pretty. I want to make a lace something, but not like that. Something similar. I'll plan it out later. Anyways, and then we also have like the dress. The dress is also the same lace pattern as that one. I'm gonna be freehanding. A bunch of things I'm gonna freehanding because I'm too cheap to buy a pattern. We go to the sweaters. I've never made a sweater, as you can tell, and I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for the dragonfly top because it's I love that kind of green. I feel like if I want to have a color that dull of a color, it's that green, olive green. But it also has like shades of like orange and like dark burnt orange. Okay, and so the next sweater, or the next thing on the list, is this fall themed sweater. It's so cute. First of all, like I've been saying, I want to add some color to my life. And so this is just beautiful. Down below you can see like another fall themed sweater, but it's dark. A bunch of fall themed things I've always seen is dark, in which makes sense, but I also want some light fall themed sweater type of thing. So I feel like I'm going to go with that, with the first option first. Also, when I looked at that, I thought it was some kind of textured crochet stitch, but it's not. It's actually I don't think it's crocheted. It's not crocheted at all. It's from American Brat Doll though. And so yeah, we have this mesh pixel grid jumper, and that's really beautiful. I feel like Maham Maham inspired me to do that because of our tutorial, and I want to make it into like a bow, but then I feel like that's too that's too predictable, I feel like. So I'm like, maybe not bow, maybe a butterfly. And then I also have the heart, those the less hand sign, and then a 3 to form a heart. I'm thinking of doing that on one of I'm thinking of making 3 and then doing either one of those designs. And I also have some saved pixel grids on my Pinterest, so I'll be picking from there. Yeah, anyways, and then we have this knit beautiful mesh. I don't want to say mesh, but yeah, it's beautiful. It's knitted, no pattern. When I looked at the comments on that video, on that picture and that pin, it's not, there's actually there were no comments on there, but like who cares. And then we have this mesh front side cardigan because it's beautiful and it's awesome. You can tell this is spring, you know. And then we have this also. I've always seen like ads for this sweater, but then it's usually from Etsy. No, not Etsy. From Temu, yeah. But then I want to make mine crocheted version, and I already have a plan. Like literally, we have this source sweater by Liv Hoffman, and I have her book. Okay, give me a second. I have her book, and I borrowed this from my library, and it's pretty good. I really love the designs. There are a bunch of designs on. Oops, this is cutting my head. There were a bunch of designs like this top, the Hannah top. Ugh, I love it, but I don't know when I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna do something else with that. And then we also have this. Well, I mean, I might, but this is gonna be for my mom. I already know it. It's gonna be for my mom. This is my mom's style. She likes it. So yeah. And then I'm thinking. Okay, I'm rummaging through this whole book. I'm thinking. Of making the top, this, and the pants too. The pants are in the next page. Yeah, I'm thinking of making all of that, and you know what? I'm really excited. I haven't crocheted much. I haven't crocheted like the pouch that I made for my friend, and I've knitted. Okay, I'm not good at knitting. I've only been knitting like for like 3 weeks. And but oh, I unraveled it. Well, forget about that. I've been knitting for like 3 weeks, and let's just say it's been fun. I may or may not have labeled knitting as another mentally friendly hobby. Here's the thing, I don't hate knitting. I really like it. Actually, it's quite relaxing. But so at first, when I was doing it, I got so mad, and I was like, no, maybe this is not the right hobby for me. But now, the more experience I get, the more I don't really mind the fact that I don't mind the fact that the stitches aren't like each stitch is still on the same hook. Like when you're done, can you do that? It's still on the same hook. I like knitting now. It's mentally good. It's good. It's good for the brain. It's good for the brain. I have a book I also borrowed from my library, and it's quite nice. I like it. If you made it to this part of the video, to the end, thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you really like the video, and I can't wait to share more on this channel, and I hope to post frequently. I know that I'm planning another video like literally after this video comes out, and so I'm quite excited to continue. I'm very excited for the Dream Closet Dream Closet series, and I'm really excited for that one. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. See ya in the next one that's coming maybe next week, Monday.